Good evening, Chris. Magandang gabi sa ating mga kaklase. Bumati ka muna, Miss Chris.
Good evening, Coach, at magandang gabi sa ating mga early birds sa ating Tuesday habit.
Mga early birds. Oo, maraming mga early birds tayo talaga eh. Nasabik sila kapag kami po ay nagpahinga ng dalawang, dalawang linggo dahil sa akin po yun. Pasensya na po kayo at medyo naging busy po ang inyong kaklase. No? Magandang gabi sa ating lahat. Muling magandang gabi at ito po tayo live na live mula sa Pilipinas. Kala mo naman ano ito. Nasa Pilipinas, mula sa Mandaluyong City. Nasaan ka ba, Chris?
Nasa Quezon City.
Quezon City. Oh, at medyo umuulan-ulan na sa Pilipinas, no?
Yes.
Talagang minsan may dala kang payong, minsan may dala kang kapote, minsan naman ay may dala kang pamaypay, no? So yun yung panahon ngayon na pag hindi umuulan, napakainit. So ingat na po tayo. Sapagkat yan po yung mga panahon na maaari tayong magkaroon ng pag-ubo at ika nga pagsinga at ay, hindi, paghatching lang pala. Paghatching. No?
Sabi
Kamusta ka
nga
naman,
nila,
Chris?
Coach,
Kamusta ka, Chris?
sabi nga nila, Coach, medyo bipolar daw ang ating weather, di ba?
Yan.
Hindi alam kung saan lalagay. Okay naman ako, Coach. Very exciting yung past few weeks natin, di ba? Ang daming nangyari.
Daming
And
ganap.
ang daming hanash, hanash kung tawagin.
Anas to the mash. Ay, to the mash pala.
Yes.
Ah,
And also, very exciting din yung lineup natin for Coach and Share. So, alam ko, ang dami nating ni-ready for our classmates, di ba? And punong-puno yung episode natin today as well as the next few ones.
yes, maraming naka-line up ng mga bisita at yung gabi po may bisita tayo, no? Isa sa mga pinakamaagang tumugon sa tawag ng ano yan, ng advokasya ng The Resto Coach, no? Mamaya papakilala natin. Meron ka bang mga top 3 takeaways or any insights from our previous episodes, Miss Chris? Na
Napa,
gusto mong i-share, oo, sa ating mga television. Kasi 2 weeks ago na no? Na parang no? Parang naging napakabilis ng panahon, diba? And
yes.
also, nagsimula rin tayo mag-share ng ating mga salamat kay Sean, no? Sa aking anak na si Sean. He's also joining the advocacy to be our producer for the clips, di ba? We shared our first TikTok clip and it's on Facebook as well and it's in YouTube na. So kinuha niya yung mga excerpts, no, yung mga magagandang clips from our episodes para lalo pa nating mapadali yung pag-share ng ating mga insights and coaching points. Sige, Miss Chris, review
Okay, nilabas ko na ang aking
ng
note.
hiwagang notebook.
De, pero maganda talaga to, Coach, kasi talagang nagte-take down notes din ako kahit ang tagal na natin ginagawa yung Coach and Share. Nasa 175 episodes na tayo. May mahiwagang notebook ako talaga na nandito yung mga frameworks, yung mga discussions natin para lang din, of course, 'di ba, malaman yung minsan masarap ding basahin na ano ba yung ginawa natin last week? Ano ba yung napag-usapan last week? Ah, ito nga pala yun, parang ganon. So,
Mhm.
last last episode, kung medyo malulook back natin at maaalala, we talked about leadership, 'di
Naku,
ba? Yun yung
sa mga paboritong topics ng ating mga classmates yan.
yes. And ang ganda talaga ng engagement natin. Nakita natin yung buong episode natin. Everyone's participative dun sa comment section and lahat talaga nagbibigay ng insights. So
Kumbaga
yung
sa classroom, maraming nag-recite.
yes. Ano talaga yung leadership, alam natin yung demand for great leaders, di ba? Nandun talaga, lalo na when it comes to yung restaurant industry, as well as applying it to your everyday life.
Sige, Chris, bago mo tuloy ang iyong mga top 3 takeaways or top 5 takeaways, kung ilan man yan, batiin muna natin yung mga early birds na kagaya ni Victor Mempin, no? Talagang consistently early yan. Hindi ko alam kung nasa Pilipinas pa si Brother Victor Mempin, no? Medyo i-comment mo nga, bro. Si Chef Jordan Bernardo at ang Team Matt Cafe nandirito na rin. At si Maring Len Oropesa Dancel, nandirito na po. Yung mga gustong matuto at mga gustong maging aktibo sa ating Tuesday habit. Si Malus Mantawil, nandirito pa at si Cham Carlos. Ayan, dumarami na. No? So usually talagang 8:30 nagdaratingan yung karamihan. Meron lang talagang mga early birds. At yung mga regulars na alam nila na 8:25 talaga nagsisimula. Kasi nga sabi natin, early is on time. On time is late, late is unacceptable. Sige, Miss Chris, please proceed.
Actually, Coach, to sum everything na napag-usapan natin, ang magandang naging framework or checklist natin is yung 4 imperatives of leadership. Kasi tinatanong natin, paano ako magkakapag-develop ng leaders? Ano ba yung kailang hanapin na qualities? Ano yung mga practical tips? Pero ang naging framework natin or guidelines natin is yung 4 imperatives of leadership. Yung unang-una is of course, yung can clarify yung purpose. So, nasiset niya yung whys early on for the team.
Nice, no? Yun nga, visioning, parang in simple terms, saan tayo pupunta? Alam niyang sagutin, no? At bakit tayo pupunta doon? 'Di ba? Kaya niyang sagutin the whys and the where, no? Saan tayo pupunta? Bakit tayo pupunta ron? Kayang sagutin ng isang tunay na leader 'yan.
Yes. And then yung pangalawa natin na imperative is ability to inspire trust. So dito papasok yung consistency, yung personal standards natin, 'di ba? Hindi yung kumpanya yung nagse-set ng standards for you, but your personal standards dapat.
Actually, yan yung topic ng ating video. Doon kinuha sa episode 174 yung clip, no, ni Sean. Doon niya kinuha. And napakalinaw na sinasabi ron, no, na ikaw ang magsiset ng standard. And talking about inspiring trust, no, alam natin yung yung dalawang mahalagang bagay, elemento para makapag-build ka ng trust, which is yung character and yung competence. So when you talk about character, it's about your moral standards, di ba? Pagdating naman sa competence, it's your excellence standards or yung quality standards mo, and ikaw ang magsiset mo.
Yes. And then yung third imperative natin, yung can unleash talent, 'di ba? Or yung not only from recruitment, pero kaya nilang i-coach and i-mentor yung mga talents.
Tama, no? Yung multiplier effect. Hindi lang ikaw yung nagli-lead, you can also develop new leaders, no? Sabi ni Victor Mempin, nakabalik na siya noong June 4, sayang hindi kami nagkita, no? Andito na rin, siyempre kumpleto ng ating classroom pag andito na si Mami Sin Pineda, ang reyna po ang reigning queen of Parañaque. At si Ann Silvestre, nandito na rin. Maraming salamat, Ann. No? At si OG Liwag, siyempre hindi makukumpleto ang ating, siyang nagpauso ng hashtag Tuesday Habit. Marjorie Liwag, magandang gabi sa iyo. At sa kay Margaret na rin. At siyempre sa lahat pa ng ibang nakikinig, nanonood at gustong matuto ngayong gabi. At mag-share din. No? Kaya nga coach and share. Lahat tayo ay nagpo-coach at nag-share. Go ahead, Miss Chris.
And then last but not the least, kasi alam natin imperative means this is a must, di ba? These are must para sa ating leaders. Can align the systems and processes.
Yes, and put it all together. Kaya no, kaya niyang padaliin yung pag-execute nung strategy, nung tactics, no, nung plano. Dahil kaya niyang i-align, no? Hindi lang yung sistema, hindi lang yung standard, but more importantly, i-align yung mga objectives ng bawat team members. So, yeah, napakaganda pong summary. Salamat, Miss Chris. Napakaganda ng iyong mga tinake down na notes mula sa ating episode 174. Ang kagandahan po nito, maaari niyo pong panoorin ang buong episode, maaari niyo i-share, maaari niyo ulit-ulitin. Wala pong limit kung gaano karaming beses niyo pwedeng panoorin. Pwede niyo i-pause habang nagsusulat kayo, no? It's just a modern version of a classroom, no? And again, as we've mentioned, this is how we learn as a community. Diba? So we squeeze every juice out of the episode. Just to be mindful, dahil nasa isang event ang ating bisita, i-introduce na natin siya ngayon, no? Mula of course sa ating mga kapartner mula nung day 1 ng The Resto Coach at Coach and Share, ang ating mga kaibigan mula sa Tangere, at andito po ang kanilang pinuno, no? Si Martin Peñaflor. Magandang gabi sa iyo, Martin. Kaya mapakita ka na. Parang naging underdress kami bigla, ano, pagka lumapit.
Okay lang. Good evening, Coach Romel. Ma'am Chris. Good evening po.
Good evening.
Salamat.
Good evening. Mukhang maganda yung venue mo. Saan ka ba ngayon?
Sa Lanson's Place, may event po kami sa JCI Manila.
Ayan, JCI Manila. Ano ba yung JCI Manila, bro? Para sa kalaman ng ating mga kaklase.
Sige, ano ka din, i-plug ko na din JCI Manila. So it's a group of young leaders. Yung advocacy namin is we do corporate social responsibility projects. So like for example, yung ginawa namin, Coach Romel, one thing that I'm really proud of, meron kaming ginawang night shelter sa Hospicio de San Jose. So every night merong 30 desks na pinapatulog namin doon sa night shelter na yon. Isa yun sa project namin sa JCI Manila. So, yun po yung ginagawa namin ngayon.
Particularly relevant in a period where a lot of people are actually homeless, di ba? Maraming walang
Yes.
tinitirhan at maraming naliligaw, no? At ibig sabihin naliligaw not only in terms of not having a place to stay but also yung emotionally, you know. So maganda yung ginagawa niyo, keep it up. So ngayong gabi po, nandito ang ating
Diba,
kaibigan, nandito po ang ating kaibigang napakaganda ng kasuotan, no? Kung alam ko lang, nag-ano sana ako, nagbarong, ano. So to discuss one of the interesting topics na, alam mo, napakabait itong tao to, pinasyalan pa tayo sa opisina, eh, no? So, dinalaw pa tayo sa ating abalang schedule. Maraming salamat, bro. And what are we
welcome,
going
sir.
what are we going to talk about tonight, Mr. Martin?
Yung ipapakita po naming slide, i-present po siya ni Ma'am Chris. It's our study conducted for the Philippine Association of National Advertisers, PANA. Since we're an active member naman po of PANA, so we do regular studies for them, and they wanted to know ano ba yung TikTok kasi it's a different animal compared sa, for example, alam naman natin ngayon how Facebook works, how Instagram for marketing. Pero TikTok, how can restaurants, for example, leverage QSR industry, QSR companies, how can they leverage TikTok for their digital marketing? Yun po ipapakita natin yung results po ngayong gabi.
Sige, take it away, Mr. Martin. And excited na rin ako magsulat sa aking mahiwagang notebook.
Okay, ayan. Ayan.
All right po. Thank you, Ms. Chris, sa pag-project. So if we can go to the next slide. So ito po, this was a survey conducted nung March, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, using the Tangere mobile application. Para po sa mga viewers po ng Resto Coach na hindi po familiar sa Tangere, we are a market research company that have almost 1 million users nationwide that regularly answers our surveys. So they answer our survey using our mobile application. So for this particular survey na i-present po namin gabi, it was conducted no March 2024. 1,000 users nationwide po yung sumagot. So it's we had a methodology here. Margin of error po natin dito is 2.8%. Yung ginawa namin. It's proportion nationwide sa Philippine demographic. So yun, ang tawag po namin doon, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, stratified random sampling. So yun po, or quota-based sampling, not to be technical about it. Pero moving forward, ma'am, mas gusto ko mag-focus po sa results ng study, Ma'am Chris.
Okay.
Yan po. Yan po, yan. Interesting to. So let's read into the data, Coach Romel. So napapansin po natin dito, yung sa sinurvey namin, ang taas ng usage rate ng TikTok, 60% of those we survey, they use TikTok more than thrice a day.
Wow.
And 45% of the users, they spend more than an hour per day on TikTok. Now, it's interesting also to note that the peak hours 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Ito yung mga, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, ito yung mga empleyado, for example, nakauwi na sa bahay, nagpapahinga na. So before dati, di ba, nung panahon natin, Sir Romel, nonood lang TV, telenovela. Ngayon, TikTok na pinapanood nila 7 to 9 p.m. ang peak hours. So looking at...
Yan yung prime time dati sa television, eh, di ba? 7
Correct.
to 9 p.m.
Oo.
Ito 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. TikTok. So nandiyan yung mga TikTok live selling. Pero let's remember this data, Coach Romel. Yung mga nagti-TikTok sa atin ngayon, 82% of them, they have 0 to 1,000 followers lang on TikTok. Hindi umaabot ng sa followers yan sa TikTok. So that's also, balikan natin yung numbers na yan, Coach Romel. So if we go now to the next slide, Ma'am Chris. So now, alam naman natin lahat, the primary use of TikTok is entertainment talaga. So nagpupunta tayo dito, mag-enjoy, relax. Looking at the data, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, 8 to 9 out of 10 TikTok users, they use it for entertainment and enjoyment. Pinapanood nila, 7 out of 10, food, music, humor. Tapos dito nga po, kung titingnan natin to sa mga resto, QSR companies, yung mga DIY hacks and tips, ito yung mga top content search sa TikTok. Yung mga, let's say for example, if you do a fast forward on how to make the recipe, for example, of course without showing your secret recipe, on how to make your product, yung fast forward video, pinapanood yan. 6 out of 10 respondents pinapanood yan. But of course, nandyan yung mga viral trends. Alam naman nating lahat to eh. They go to TikTok 8 to 9 out of 10 for entertainment and enjoyment. Pero dun sa next slide, dito kami nagulat, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris. So if we go to the next slide, it's interesting to note now, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, na 65% also of users that goes to TikTok, they use it to discover products, brands, services. So ibig sabihin nito, 2 sa 3 nagki-TikTok, hindi lang entertainment ang hanap nila. They use it for products, brands, and services. And this is really interesting. And hopefully, yung mga nanonood po sa atin ngayon, ng mga ka-resto coach po natin, they look into this number. We asked them, upon seeing products and services on TikTok, how likely are you to buy from them? I-add natin to, Coach Romela, always 8%, frequently 22%, and occasionally 47%. So 8 plus 22, 30 plus 47, 77, Coach Romel. 3 out of 4 TikTok users that goes into TikTok. So yung 65%, 75% doon, 3 sa 4 na yon. Pag nakita na nila yung produkto, service, like a makeup, bag, whatever po, pagkain that they see in TikTok, they will buy. Now, that's a pretty high conversion rate, Coach Romel.
Tama.
Alam po
Napakataas
natin,
nun.
yes, that's 3 out of 4, Coach Romel. So almost 7 to 8 out of 10 TikTok users. When we did a survey, Coach Romel, last year, on 2023 lang po ito, around October last year, when we did an e-commerce survey, non-commission. So ang number 1 po sa e-commerce, of course, in terms of volume, is Lazada.
Wow.
Following sa Lazada po will be Facebook Marketplace. Inisip nga namin last year, baka Shopee, di ba? Pero Facebook Market number 2 in terms of e-commerce. The third e-commerce platform last year was Shopee. Medyo distant yung lamang ni Facebook Marketplace sa Shopee. Number 4, TikTok last year. That was last year. Now, when we did another survey, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, this year lang po ito, early this year, first quarter, still number 1 sa e-commerce, Lazada po. But following closely now, jumping to number 2, TikTok in terms of e-commerce. So it evolved now. Yun naman talaga kung papanoodin natin, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, yung how TikTok started, the TikTokification of social media. Nagpadami lang sila ng users, pero ito talaga ang main use ni TikTok. It's an e-commerce platform. And looking at this, 65%, taas yan.
Well, just to add an insight doon sa sinabi mo, no, I totally agree, no. Ang galing nung ang galing nung evolution ng TikTok, no. TikTok before was seen as something that's just people dancing, people, putting music to their motion, etc. It's more for entertainment. But now, it has effectively evolved into a powerful online platform for selling and not just selling. I guess it goes beyond selling. It's more of an online commerce, no, commerce platform, diba? So I mean, very interesting, and it happened in such a short time. Diba, during the pandemic, yan yung height ng TikTok na, everyone was dancing at home, trying to be in, diba? But now, eventually, ako, personally, I don't think it's in here, but ako, ang primary, sa akin, appeal ng TikTok is information and education, eh. Totally nag-deviate na siya from seeing people. That's why the appeal before was mostly for entertainment. So, ngayon, mas marami na rin siguro, I would imagine, mas broad na yung audience, no? Because ako, I look at TikTok, I see leadership videos, I see marketing-related videos. Kasi ang interest ko nga is more of education, eh. No? And now, knowing that this is actually a powerful platform for commerce is very interesting.
Yes, and actually adding to the insights na shinare ni Martin and ni Coach, kasi kung papansinin natin as consumers, 'di ba? Most of the time whenever we want to buy anything, whether it's online products or we want to try out a new restaurant, we do our research through TikTok, 'di ba? Hinahanap muna natin kung merong nag-share ng reviews, hinahanap natin kung meron bang reviews na kunwari a new product. Titingnan mo muna kung merong celebrity or influencer na nag-share ng review nun or a new restaurant, di ba? Bago ka pumunta doon, titingnan mo muna sa TikTok anong itsura ng food, anong itsura ng place, ano yung ambience, and then you look for these influencers kasi dito yung mga appealing branded contents, di ba? You look for these influencers, these endorsers bago ka mag-try. So ang taas ng conversion rate ng TikTok because not only it turned into an information hub, pero talagang naging commerce center siya. Parang naging yung conversion niya ang laki. Because I think it will, medyo parang I'm jumping the gun here. Kasi ang ganda nung relatability of videos because mas nako-communicate, 'di ba, through videos. That's why I think sabi nga ni Coach Romel kanina, ang bilis nung naging spurt, nung growth spurt ng TikTok because easy to consume yung information or yung data through videos.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. Siguro just a tip also lang kung may mga content creator dito, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris. Merong tinatawag na green screen template sa TikTok eh. Like for example, may QSR dito na you want a food review of your product. Pwedeng naka-green screen sila tapos nakalutang sila sa video na may kumakain ng product. So yun yung isa sa mga capabilities ni TikTok. But going back into the data, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, so just to summarize again before we go to the next slide, 2 out of 3 users of TikTok, they use it to look for products and services. And those 65%, when they see something that they like, they will buy it. 77% of the time. That's a really high conversion rate. So natalo na nga ni TikTok si Facebook Marketplace as an e-commerce platform. Si Shopee is still number 4. Based on that survey, it's a non-commission survey naman po. Now, going into the next slide, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, ayan. So looking at this, it's a tool for engaging talaga with business, with consumers. Now, how QSR brands can leverage on TikTok, we ask questions on how likely are you to participate in TikTok challenges and campaigns. So 48% are likely to participate if there will be product giveaways, monetary prizes, or e-store vouchers. 3 out of 4 pag may mga pag-giveaway na products, may mga pa-premyo po. Gaya po sa amin sa Tangere, nagpapa-cellphone po kami palagi, nag-Gcash. So yan po. Or may mga e-store vouchers. So 53% will participate in your content, in your page. If you're QSR, bago po kayo, if gusto nyo magpa-promo, yan po ititingnan natin data. Pero that's pushing it a little, but we need to maximize muna, Coach Romel, based sa mga nanonood ako palagi ng TikTok eh. Inaagal ko yung platform bago kami mag-post. So base sa nakita ko, kahit walang promotion nga, if you have this attribute which will show in the next slide, kahit hindi kayo mamigay, may chance mag-viral yung mga videos nyo. So ano yung attribute na yun? So if we go to the next slide po, so kung titingnan po natin dito, it's authenticity. That's the attribute of authenticity. Kasi looking into this data, 93% Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, will know if authentic ba yung endorser. Yung mga celebrity endorser na nag-influence na sa TikTok video nyo. Kasi like for example, without giving brands, without giving a particular influencer or artist. Let's say for example, may A-lister na nagpro-promote ng local cellphone, tapos pangmasa po na cellphone. Sasabihin na naman, pag naman nakita sa kanya, ito naman si celebrity. Hindi naman siya gumagamit ng ganyang phone na malamang naka-iPhone 15 Pro Max yan, 128 gig po yan. Yan ang sasabihin nila because people can see the lines of authenticity. 93% of them will know if you're authentic or not. Now, if you're a restaurant owner, this is an opportunity for you. Because as the leader of your business, as someone who represents the brand, if ikaw yung nag-TikTok mismo, and sino ba naman Coach Romel yung number 1 fan, tagahanga ng mga business natin, kundi tayo lang din naman po. Tayo yung number 1 endorser po yan. So kaya nga po lumabas ako bilang mukha ng Tangere po. So if you seem authentic enough, people will be interested to watch your videos. And let's go back, Ma'am Chris, Coach Romel, dun sa earlier data. Yung manonood ng TikTok, it happens in TikTok. Na pag, for example, kakasimula ko lang, paano mag-viral yung video ko? 3 lang ang followers ko sa TikTok. Now, nasabi ko kanina, 82% of those who watch TikTok, who uses TikTok, less than 1,000 followers. But most of them, they have videos that goes around 10,000 views, 100,000 views. Kahit less than 1,000 lang sila. Hindi yan pwede sa Facebook. Hindi yan pwede sa YouTube. But with the TikTok gamification of social media, kahit 3 lang ang viewers mo, if it's interesting enough and it resonates to your audience, TikTok pushes it to interested parties. You just use, for example, if you're a restaurant industry, let's say in Quezon City, you sell, for example, Thai food. You have the best Thai milk tea, for example, according to your own preference. Ang hashtag mo, Thai milk tea, Quezon City, hashtag FYP. Ngayon, yung 65% na yon na nagpupunta sa TikTok to look for products and services, they might go into TikTok gutom. Kasi Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, 7 to 9 p.m. Ano na yan?
Naghahanap.
Gutom na yan or kailangan nilang dessert, panghimagas po. So maghahanap yan. And the likelihood that they will find you is very high kahit 3 lang ang videos nyo. If you go on a TikTok live 7 to 9 p.m., live selling lang kayo, posibleng ma-push yung video nyo sa mga naghahanap ng pagkain kahit hindi nyo sila followers. That's the algorithm of TikTok, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris. So that's why this becomes a very effective e-commerce platform. And merong mga capabilities si TikTok, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, na tinatawag na TikTok affiliates. Itong mga TikTok affiliates na to, they can sell your products or services in exchange for commissions. Libre sila. Ito yung mga micro-influencers, kumbaga sa TikTok. When they do, meron ako dyan kilala kay Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, kumikita ng 100,000 in commission per month. Nagbebenta lang sila ng mga produkto, let's say makeup brands, for example, binibenta lang nila, commission basis sila. And kahit konti ang followers nila, less than 1,000, since very engaging ang video nila, it's relevant and then they have this, Ma'am Chris, authenticity factor with them. Papanoodin, nag-viral yung video and people will buy.
Yeah.
That's very interesting data here. Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to circle back, Sir Martin, dun sa sinasabi mo or yung kanina pa nating sinasabing authenticity, di ba? And ito yung nakita natin why people left Instagram and went for TikTok instead, di ba? Na yun ay naging preference nila because sa Instagram, everything was perfect, di ba? Everything's curated. While in TikTok, it showed more of the reality, 'di ba? So doon nakita and yung users right now, they were yearning for a connection eh. Doon yung nagre-resonate sa kanila. So kahit makikita natin dun sa previous slide natin, 'di ba? If the content is interesting and entertaining, actually medyo isasama ko na yung interesting, entertaining and relevant to me. Pagsasama ko na yung dalawang yan eh, 'di ba? So it resonates with you kung na-entertain ka or it piqued your interest and relevant siya para sa iyo. So not necessarily the way that TikTok is, hindi siya masyadong hard sell, but it really more, it's banking on your authenticity nung content natin.
Very interesting, especially for me who's hindi pa ako expert user of TikTok, no? And as we know, now it's very, as we have discussed, as we have been discussing and learning so far, apaka-powerful niya as a platform, no? So, and again, the conversion rate, I'm amazed, no? At the efficiency and effectivity of the platform, no? Let me just take time to greet our additional classmates who've been watching. Si Gerald Flores nandito na, no? Sabi ni OG Liwag, yung yellow basket, no? Si Gladys De La Peña is also here. Jeff Belleza is here. Patrick Clavel is here. Aking kaibigan si Antonio Mark Dungo. Kamusta ka na? Andito ka ngayon. Maraming salamat sa pag-attend ng klase. Sabi ni OG, the videos of course address the attention span issues of the general public. Si Mario Rocco San Pedro III is here. Si Coach Melody Isagire ay naririto. Good evening din sa iyo, Coach Mel. At si Cyrus Isla ay naririto na rin po, no? Si Virgie Bautista is also here. Si Galieto Kahilig Teray. Si Man Lee. Si Darwin Matienzo. At si Coach Donald Tenorio ay narito na rin. Si Yani Albiar Hilo ay naririto rin po. Si Borg Valera mula sa University Hotel. At si Erwin Lancero mula naman sa Calamba, Laguna. Magandang gabi sa iyo. At si Mona Lisa Canla, si Francis Abay. At syempre pa ang ating ka-Tuesday habit, si Ivy Par Alcantara. Sige.
Nakakatawa, Coach, yung comment na yellow basket. Alam mong nanonood ng live selling sa TikTok yan. Ganyan.
Sige, let's continue. Para Merong ina-attend ng event ng ating kaibigang si Martin. Go ahead, Boss
Thank
Martin.
you, thank you. Po ba ako? Ayan, looking at this, summary slide ko lang naman, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris. Some key takeaways po. So, TikTok still use mostly, the main use of TikTok is it's entertainment driven. So people, they go there 9 p.m., 11 p.m. They spend at least 3 hours, at least 1 hour a day, 3 times a day on TikTok to get entertained. But if TikTok, ito yung key, it has yet to be optimized as a sales channel. So brand and reach may be attainable through targeted content. As I mentioned kanina, you can use, for example, if you have different branches, you can have a video. If masipag kayong gumawa ng content, you have a video Quezon City, you have a video targeted to Makati, you have a video targeted to different demographics. So you can use targeted content in TikTok for your promotions. Yung conversion to purchase, still a challenge for marketers. Pero if it gets, sabi nga ni Ma'am Chris, if it's really relevant, those 65%, 3 out of 4 na ginagamit ng TikTok, 65% that use TikTok for e-commerce, 3 out of 4 will buy. So, alam nyo ba, when we make survey question din kami, ano yung top of mind nila in terms of TikTok ads, TikTok shop na nakikita nila in terms of brands? Would you care to guess, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris?
Ako, mahirap i-guess yan sapagkat iba-iba ang algorithms natin.
I think,
Hindi. Yes, ma'am.
I think si Shopee
Kayo,
to. Shopee or Lazada, madalas silang mag-ads.
hindi po eh. Ang naalala lang nilang palagi na brand sa TikTok, talo pa ang mga big companies, big corporations. Hindi ko na sabihin yung mga big corporations na yun. Kilala nyo ba to, Coach Romel? Si Rosmar?
Kilala ko yun. Yung sumisikat na ano yan eh. May billboard na sa EDSA yan eh.
Yun nga, sir eh. Pero ang lumalabas, sir, si TikTok not yet optimized as a sales channel by big corporations, medium-sized companies. Pero pag nakita mo to, you can be Rosmar because he earns millions in sales now because of TikTok generated content niya and their affiliates in TikTok na binibenta ang produkto niya in exchange for commissions, Coach Romel.
Ang galing parang yung mga bagong nung araw 'di ba merong mga Avon, 'di ba yung mga distribution channels na parang lumalabas ito na yung mga makabagong distribution channels using networks of people or micro influencers as you've mentioned and just to add about the effectiveness of Rosmar also. I think yung relatability niya kasi parang ang hirap i-reconcile ng malaking kumpanya doon sa authenticity angle parang it's all a big company is always associated with being merong doubt sa mga malalaking kumpanya na parang once it's more of an advertisement than an actual narrative or a story, tama ba? Parang ganoon ang basa ko na pagka yung makagaya ni Rosmar parang relatability ang level mataas. Parang people not only parang but ako I'm sure ako I can tell from my own personal perspective. It's relatable storya. It's a story. Hindi katulad ng isang brand na malaki na parang sa pagaling bansa yan, di ba? It's an industrial giant or a commercial giant. So, parang umuugnay siya, kumukonekta rin sa mga binanggit mo kanina about relatability.
And authenticity, Coach Romel. Kasi that's why it's important now for yung mga resto owners po na nanonood po dito, pwede din naman kayo maging Glenda ng Brilliant Skin, Rosmar ng Rosmar Skin ng mga produkto nyo. Andyan pa din yung V Cosmetics, asawa ni Kong TV, because they're authentic eh. Sila yung nagbebenta talaga ng produkto nila. Now, you can be the face of your own company. You can start, let's not only focus on TikTok, Coach Romel. Instead, for example, if you're a B2B business, make an account LinkedIn for a key personnel sa inyo that becomes the face of your company. So parang instead of the brand, have someone, kumbaga panahon ng mascot, sila yung mascot mo. It's for the lack of a better term, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris. They will be the face.
Tama ba? Parang you're humanizing the brand, to make it more relatable. It's associated having somebody who's a real human being to enhance the authenticity of the brand story, di ba?
That's right. That's right. So
And
pwede yan eh. Yes, Ma'am Chris.
actually, gusto ko ring i-add, that's why I think yung growth spurt talaga ng TikTok doon sa mga tao because yung iba yung algorithm ni TikTok, 'di ba? Yung FYP mo o yung For You page mo is really tailor fit for your interest. Kaya it's entertaining, relevant. Because yung si TikTok, ang gagawin niya talaga is they'll start feeding your FYP, yung For You page mo. Pag nagdo-doom scroll ka,
Imbuduhin ka, imbuduhin ka.
oo, iimbuduhin ka. So that's why yung content is king talaga and authenticity is king. Because doon titignan ni TikTok, ano ba yung mga types of videos that you actually, the user, actually relates to or responds to. And papakita niya sa'yo yung patuloy-tuloy niyang papakita yung mga similar videos na yon. So I think yung humanizing the brand, yung ano natin talking about authenticity, the more that people are responding to your video kasi nga they can relate, 'di ba? It's entertaining, it's relevant to them. The more na napupunta ka dun sa FYP mo kahit meron kang 3 followers lang or ano, 'di ba? Konti yung followers mo. As long as marami nag-e-engage or maraming minsan nga kahit hindi ka nag-e-engage basta pinanood mo ng buo yung video, it will keep feeding you those kinds of videos. That's why I think that's one key din na mataas yung conversion rate natin kasi na-embudo na yun na tailor fit.
Na-filter na, oo, na-filter na. Iga nga ano na, parang tailor fit na for you. Tama ba, Boss Martin?
Yes, yes sir. Tama, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris. And lastly, currently, celebrities and influencers, nandyan pa din sila. They dominate TikTok. Pero you'll be surprised na yung mga parang kapitbahay mo lang, sila na yung, oh, millions of views na nga pala yan. Meron nga kami, yung head of sales namin, Coach Romel, kapitbahay nyo lang sa head office nyo, sa tapat lang. Ang dami niya ng followers sa TikTok ngayon, kumakanta-kanta lang siya doon. Parang nakaka-million views na din si Irk. Shoutout kay Irk nanonood.
Sir. Tama, sir. Of course. Kilala natin yan. Tumulong din sa atin dito yan eh.
So, ano siya, kasi yung mga celebrities talaga, they're sponsored. Alam naman ng lahat ng tao yan.
Oo, may
And they,
bayad.
or not, or hindi maniniwala ba ako dyan sa'yo, bayad ka naman. So that's why yung ibang celebrities sinatago yung mga ads. Pero nalalaman kagad ng tao if it's paid or not. But there's a challenge for them, and because of the supply and demand of information, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, let's say sa Facebook ang dami na gumagawa ng content. Ang taas ng supply, ang konti ng demand. So hindi mag-viral ang mga videos mo. Kaya yung sinasabi ngayon, kung titingnan nyo, bakit kami for example, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris, nung pandemic, may mga post kami umaabot ng millions of views, millions of reach. After the pandemic, bumaba siya. Akala namin na ang term nito, we were shadow banned by Facebook, pero hindi. What happened is we needed to evolve in terms of the content na pinapakita namin dito. And then tumaas na din yung mga supply na mga gumagawa ng similar content. So bumababa yung views namin. It's the same thing for Instagram. Now, people are jumping to TikTok. Last year, yung mga early jumpers sa TikTok, early affiliates sa TikTok po, madaming nanonood, naka-millions of views. Pero ngayon tumataas na din ng supply ng video sa TikTok. But if you make it entertaining enough, if you have the value of authenticity, now it's highly likely that your video will go viral and it can contribute and correlate to increase ng sales sa inyo. I guess that's the end of my presentation, Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris.
Yeah.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, and of course we would have to, in the spirit of mindfulness and of course gratitude, do you have any last messages sa ating mga kaklase dito sa Coach and Share, Boss Martin?
Hey, thank you Coach Romel, Ma'am Chris. So follow niyo na po ako sa mga gusto po ng report sa LinkedIn, Martin Peñaflor, nandyan lang po yung pangalan ko. Tapos nandun po yung link ng report na to, full report for TikTok. We'll do a follow-up survey, Coach Romel. So if may gusto po kayong malaman pa further on this platform sa TikTok, let us know na lang. We'll include it as a rider question sa next survey namin follow-up study po namin on this. Kasi
Yeah, I
there's
think
another coming
Yeah,
up
I think
like
boss, importante rin na magkaroon tayo ng ng collaboration between the Resto Coach and Share, so we can tailor fit a survey that would benefit yung mga resto negosyantes, no? Kung ano yung mga top concerns nila, no? And it will be interesting if we can survey yung mga resto negosyantes kung ano yung mga top nila, no, concerns or issues that they would like to be discussed, di ba? So anyways, I'm looking forward to that day. Maraming salamat sa iyong patuloy na suporta at pakakawalan ka na namin dahil sayang naman yung Amerikana na wala. Makipag mingle ka na dyan. Ayan, makipag-mingle ka na. Salamat, Boss Martin, at sa mga taga-Tanghir po.
Thank you. Maraming salamat.
Ayan, Chris, napakaganda nung ating nung very insightful conversation and discussion with of course Martin Peñaflor. Maaga pa talagang consistently tumutulong. Imagine mo siya pa yung pumunta dun sa ating opisina para paalalahanan tayo na meron silang survey that he feels would be relevant, no? Yan naman ang spirit ng ating komunidad ng Resto Coaches, no? Hindi po ako yung Resto Coach. Tayo pong lahat ay nag-enjoy sa pagko-coach and share linggo-linggo. So, sige Chris, go ahead. Please share your insights, no? If we want to discuss further, of course, we would like to share our insights as well from that very interesting presentation just done by Martin Peñaflor of Tangere.
Actually, Coach, nag-ready ako ng questions, di ba? Para meron tayong guide.
Nice. Good job.
Di ba? Alam natin yan. Pero yung questions din, kinuha ko lang din dun sa mga insights natin kanina. So the first one is, how can the insights presented be leveraged by the Resto Negocios to reach new audiences and grow their customer base?
Ako as a resto negosyante, nagising ako. I would call it as radical as that, no. Nagising ako na may certain biases kasi, lalo for example, lalo ako nung umabot ako sa panahong TV commercials, newspaper ads, no. Old way of marketing, and then it became Facebook, Instagram. Napaka-enlightening nung nung TikTok and how it's really leveraging yung data. But at the same time, what's refreshing about it is that yung authenticity being a factor for success. Actually is a positive sign, no? Because it means that the audience of social media is actually maturing. Kanina may nag-comment no? May nag-comment si OG yata yung nag-comment kanina that if there was a time when TikTok was used for fake news, no? And when you talk about authenticity, when you talk about seeking the truth, no? Ibig sabihin natututo na rin yung tao eh. Yun ang sa akin, pinakamalaking impact sa akin, no? Na natututo na yung tao na sa TikTok na pag-usapan natin yan, Chris, di ba, na alam nila kung sino yung bayad, sino yung hindi, alam nila kung talagang kinakain mo ba yan o binayaran ka lang para i-promote yung brand, no? And now when you see people starting from scratch, succeeding on TikTok and succeeding in life, no? Ang paalala ko lang, ang caution ko, no, is that it's not just TikTok na naging sekreto ng success. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng ma-capture mo yung attention, but if you don't have a quality product as well, no, or a tight or solid value proposition, maaaring ma-capture mo yung initial hype, no, but hindi ka naman makaka-sustain. So to the credit of those who are sustaining and really growing, succeeding in TikTok, it also speaks of the commitment that they have to deliver, no, yung products that are really important or relevant to the market and safe, no? Kasi kung mayroong reklamo, pwede ka rin mag-viral sa negatibong pamamaraan. Now, as a resto negosyante, ang call to action sa akin, no, particularly, is I will get somebody who will, I will work with someone who's really an expert on TikTok, no, and start using that person to help me understand it will take me, what it will take me 5 to 6 years to understand fully. Ang best way dyan is to engage somebody who's already an expert in the platform, get their insights, or even engage them as a third-party supplier to help you, no? Kasi mas madali yun kaysa sa pag-aaralan mo muna ikaw rin, no? Mahaba yung learning curve, lalo kung medyo kasing edad kita. How about you, Chris?
I'd like to add on that kasi coach, nakita natin yung pag-blow up ng TikTok, it happened during the pandemic, di ba? And then nagkaroon siya ng demand for authenticity. And I think that's a good sign kasi yung demand for authenticity during the pandemic, it means they were yearning for connection, 'di ba? A personal connection. Kaya nga yung mga videos na nagbo-blow up, it's authentic, relevant, 'di ba? It resonates with you because yun yung the people were yearning for a connection na ginawa nila yung through this platform. Doon nila nakita na katulad pala niya ako. Ay, ito pala yung na-experience niya. Ay, ganyan pala talaga siya. So, doon natin na-evolve yung platform from the challenges, viral trends lang, to having a connection through common-minded people. Kasi nga, tailor-fit siya, di ba? Na-embudo na yan kung ano yung mga interest mo, ganyan. And then it resonates with you kasi nagiging authentic.
You know what's very amazing right now especially for a person of my age is the speed of by which the feedback travels, back and forth, no. Ang ganda nung no, yung panahon dati you have to wait for feedback, you literally have to do a survey to know how many viewers. Now tayo nagbo-broadcast tayo ngayon, alam natin ilan ang nanonood, ilan ang nagko-comment, no. It's right there, and that's very powerful actually, no. And ulitin ko, no, it's very powerful as well and very refreshing and enlightening and actually inspiring to a certain degree from my perspective that natututo yung taong mag-consume ng social media in the proper way, no, na hindi mo sila pwedeng no, yung i-take for granted and you just deliver a shotgun message and they will bite into it, no. So that's very encouraging. And
Yeah.
actually, it makes me more optimistic now of the social media platform.
Parang ang tinatawag nga nila with it, coach, was smart marketing, di ba? Kasi dati, akala natin basta i-bombard lang natin ng maraming budget yan sa ads or i-bombard natin ng maraming billboards, it will work. Pero hindi na kasi ganun eh. Mas nagiging insightful, mas nagiging discerning yung audience or yung consumers natin. That's why, di ba, dun through the celebrity influencers, ganyan, lahat yan, it adds up to it eh. Pag alam nilang bayad, pag alam nilang hindi authentic, di ba? And I guess ang tips natin for the resto negosyantes natin is you have to really know your brand before you go into TikTok. Kasi kung we're just riding every viral trends that is there, 'di ba? Mawawala yung identity mo. And in that process, dahil nagbabandwagon lang tayo or we jump to the next trend, kung ano yung mga nagba-viral na challenge o ano yung mga ginagawa ng ibang brands, nawawala yung authenticity, 'di ba? Kasi minsan pwede siyang okay, first couple of videos nag-viral ka, pero next time ibang trend naman yung sinakyan natin, tapos next time ibang trend na naman. Nawawala na yung brand tone natin and brand authenticity.
Yeah, yung identity ng brand, nalilito yung tao, no? What do you really stand for, no? And I think when we talk about authenticity, it's a value, no? It's a value. It's a value meaning that it should translate into tangible value. Prinsipyo, commitment, what you believe in, that should translate into something of tangible value to the consumers. So kung wala namang actual value at walang superior value yung proposition mo, malalaman din ng tao. It's not just about the message, it's about delivering on the commitment. No? It's not just communicating it, but more importantly, delivering on what you communicated about. No? As I mentioned earlier, the call to action is for people to really understand the platform. Kasi, instead of spending a lot of money through guesswork or, sabi nga kanina, shotgun approach, it's very interesting that you now have a tool where you can really if you're diligent enough, no, you can you can actually optimize whatever small marketing budget you have. And more importantly, to serve the community, if you really have a solid product, a product that can really make people happy, no, yun yung shortcut na way na i-communicate yun, no, maybe in terms of resto negocios, it's a delicious food, no, it's something that's really filling and nourishing, diba? It deserves to be put out there. And if you use the platform properly, then mas maraming tao makikinabang. So it serves a deeper purpose as well.
Yun. May second question ako, Coach. So ano naman yung, having said all of this, and alam natin, when we go digital, meron tayong data na readily available. Kasi nga every time na naglalabas tayo ng video, may kalaan na data yan eh. So ano ba yung tips using yung TikTok's analytics and insights to understand your audience better? And how do you tailor your content to fit their interest?
Well, it goes back to your intent to listen. You know? Listen, not literally to listen, but of course, listening now has a lot of meaning, no? In terms of how you, kasi even if we're looking at the same numbers, the bottom line is actually the at the end of the day, it's how you will interpret this data, and more importantly, how you will use the data. No? So if you're not open-minded, you can actually still funnel it towards what you want to hear, towards what you want your people to understand, to appreciate. No, it's dangerous, no, kasi yung interpretation of data is actually subjective. So ako, I what my advice would be is to follow yung framework natin, no? Information plus experience is equal to insights. We never jump into conclusion, and yung temptation to do the shortcut is there, eh. Diba? To follow the trend, not only to follow the trend, parang you skip the steps, no? Yun ang danger dyan, no? You have to utilize the data, but still have that discipline on how you will process the data and convert it into a decision. Yung differentiation between insights and opinion, insights and, the limitation of just numbers. Kasi kailangan parating combination of information plus experience, not necessarily your own experience, but more importantly, the experiences of your customers, the experiences of your peers, no? So optimize that, no? Kasi yan yung ginawang available nitong platform, no? What the platform and all the other social media platform and all this available analytics that is easy to grab now, no? A lot of it for free. I mean, optimize it in the right way. Kasi it can also, if you don't have the right thought process, it can also mislead you to the wrong direction.
Yes. Yun yung, ang ganda nung sinabi mo, Coach, about yung offline and online touchpoints, yung pinagsasama natin. Kasi hindi rin dapat na parang naka-funnel ka na, online touchpoint to. Kasi dapat yung brand consistency mo nandun. The way you talk to your customers offline and online is the same tone, same personality, same tonality.
Exactly, no? Yung, when you talk about authenticity, yung consistency, no? Of what you say, what you actually are about, no? And what you stand for, no? Eventually people will rediscover that, no? And that's the power, no? The power lying within the platform can be positive or negative, depending on how you will be responsible enough or disciplined enough to use it properly.
Yes. So we talked about yung opportunities ng brands natin or yung mga resto negosyantes natin in TikTok. Ano naman yung mga potential na pitfalls or challenges that resto negocios might face when using TikTok and how to navigate them effectively?
Well, in a way, we already answered that, no? By saying that, we have to back it up, no? We back it up our commitment with an actual delivery of value. You can easily with the millions and millions, and I think it's even in the billions sometimes, audience, no, or access to a big audience, it can backfire, if you deliver the wrong message, if you're not mindful, if you're irresponsible in how you use the platform, if more importantly, kung it can also confuse people about your brand. So sabi mo kanina, I'll just follow your advice, Chris, no? Know your brand, the ins and outs, the details, the tiny details, up to the tiniest details of your brand, and you will be able to communicate more more effectively, because the message will be more authentic, because you yourself, you know your brand, no, and you know your audience, so the connection will be more direct, no, and the engagement will be more sincere and genuine, because if you don't know who you're talking to, and if you, more importantly, if you don't know the the essence of the message that you're trying to deliver, then it will just belong to the cluttered universe of TikTok, no? Parang isa ka lang sa mga basurang lulutang-lutang na wala namang pick up dun sa mensahe mo, because it's not, sabi nga natin kanina, yung mga R's, di ba? It doesn't resonate, it's not relevant, it's not relatable, di ba? So, walang epekto. No? So, again, I go back to the advice of, being responsible enough to formulate, no, a content that will really be helpful para sa brand mo.
Actually, ang i-add ko dyan, Coach, hindi lang siya dun sa authenticity plus consistency for the platform to work for you. Kasi hindi naman to yung, I know meron tayong mga naririnig na natulog ako, may pinost ako, pagising ko, nag-blow up na. It will not always be like that. Kailangan consistent din tayo dun sa messaging natin. If you know your brand enough, authentic yung mga nilalabas nating content, and you know that your content speaks strongly about the brand and it resonates, di ba? Yung 3 R's nga natin to your audience, you have to do it consistently. Kasi hindi pwede na parang hindi ka naka-reach kunwari ng thousands of followers in 1 week, na-dishearten ka na, or hindi ka nakakapag-post consistently, na-dishearten ka na. And then, ang ginawa mo, nagpanic ka, nag-jump ka into other trends na kung ano-anong ginagawa, di ba? Alam natin yan minsan. So, it's really more staying consistent and staying authentic.
Well, knowing your brand, mas malalim pa dyan is knowing yourself. No? Don't do anything that is inconsistent with your values. Aywa, yun naman ang pinaka-danger. No? Lalo na pag tumatawid na tayo sa linya sa boundaries ng ating values. Diba? So, your moral standards, nag-full circle tayo, bumalik tayo on this. Your moral standards, diba? Trends sometimes tempts us to deviate from our own moral standards. Huwag natin gagawin yun. Pangalawa, yung ating excellent standards. And our character. Sabi nga natin, di ba, sabi ng speed of trust, no? As I always
Okay, nagka-technical difficulty lang yata si Coach, I think. Sige. While waiting for ang ating classmate na disconnect. So yung last but not the least dun sa ating question is, what are some practical tips for engaging or working with the celebrities or influencers? Kasi we talk about yung 3 R's natin, and dun sa ating celebrities, di ba, and influencers, they play a big part doon sa engagement. Ayun!
ano ba yung naputol sa sinabi ko? Sorry, nakakinabahan naman ako.
Sa speed of trust. Nasa speed of trust tayo, Coach.
Is character and competence. So, same pa rin. No? Character, you talk about moral standards, values, di ba? And competence is talking about the actual value that you can deliver. Di ba? Hindi naman may pwedeng gamitin natin yung TikTok or nag-hype, nag-viral tayo, nag-trend tayo. And then when people start experiencing for example, our restaurant in this example, they'll be disappointed. So it's about sustainability as well. It should be backed up again. Paulit-ulit ako because that's actually yung bottom line na payo ko no, na communicating something is one thing, but delivering the promise is another. That's the more important thing. So, nandito si Simon Test, no? Ayan, sabi niya, ano po ang marerecommend nyo na first few topics ng TikTok videos namin? Ayaw ko kasing sumayaw-sayaw. Ayan, Chris, ikaw na sumagot.
Well, ang pinaka-babalikan natin is, what do you want to communicate to your consumers, 'di ba? Ano ba, do you want to introduce your brand? Ano ba yung pinaka-best way to introduce your brand? So,
What is your elevator pitch, 'di ba? What's your elevator pitch?
yes. And sa TikTok, Coach, actually, it takes them 7 to 10 seconds lang for someone to be engaged. Pag after 10 seconds, you did not pick their interest, they will scroll. They will scroll down na para, okay, wala na to. So dapat within 7 to 10 seconds of your video, nandun na interesting na siya and it resonates na agad with your audience.
Well, another guidance would be very simple, no? It's how do you want the customers to feel watching your video? Like, for example, if you want them to feel a certain level of craving for your product, then most likely, papakita mo agad yung appetizing elements of your product, diba? Kaya nga sabi ni Martin, and I totally agree, ako mismo, yun ang mga pinapanood ko, yung cooking, no? How do I make a delicious dish? Diba? So, yan, interesting yan eh. Sabi nga kanina, interesting should be interesting, entertaining. Not necessarily about dancing or singing or, it should be, it should be aligned with your brand, no? Number one. And number two, it should communicate the salient features of your product, of the experience, not just the product, of the experience of your brand in 7 to 10 seconds. Kasi pag nakuha mo na sila, nahook mo na sila with your, siguro, kumbaga, director tayo rito, ang sinasabi natin, yung mga first few shots, talagang kailangan, makaka-capture yung essence ng produkto. And how it's differentiated from others, di ba? Kaya nga, madalas napapanood ko yung mga videos, ganun no? Yung direct to the point. First few seconds, sinabi na agad. Yung pinakamasarap, ito yung pinakamasaya, ito yung nagustuhan kong experience, no? Ano agad, may headline kumbaga sa journalism, yung headline malinaw, di ba?
Meron ka agad na
That helps.
your experience, signature product.
Yeah, kumbaga sa template natin, signature experience, signature product was already communicated right away in the first 7 to 10 seconds. And then, saka mo na i-elaborate, di ba? Saka mo na i-elaborate.
Before tayo na-cut, Coach, actually, ito yung last question natin. Ano ba yung mga practical tips in engaging yung celebrities and influencers? Kasi alam natin, they play a big part, di ba, dun sa mga conversion natin and how we can utilize them.
Siguro, ikaw muna, Chris. Ikaw muna.
Well, I'll go back to knowing your brand standards, di ba? Yung brand tone, brand personality, and knowing yung brand values mo. So whenever you want to look for celebrities or endorsers, ang unang-unang titignan mo dyan is, do they align with your brand values? Yung personal values ba nila align with your brand values? And yung personal standards ba nila align with your brand standards and yung standards mo as a resto negosyante?
I totally agree. No, especially a lot of our audience, a lot of our classmates started their brands from scratch. No, ano yan parang babies nila. So you have to be careful who you associate with. Exercise due diligence. I won't prioritize, yung kasikatan or the level of celebrity. But ako, I will prioritize. I totally agree with Chris. It's more of the alignment with the values that you have as a person and the values that your brand brand stands for, or the values that your brand tries to promote. No? And then ultimately, gusto ba niya talaga yung produkto mo, di ba? Kasi makikita naman yun kung mukhang binayaran, mukhang napilitan, no, or tumatanaw lang ng utang na loob. So you'd rather have somebody who's really a brand fan, no, a raving fan of your brand, promoting your product, and the more authentic it looks, the better it is, no, as mentioned earlier by the results of the survey. Yeah.
Okay. Nagulat ako, Coach, 2 minutes left na lang pala tayo.
Sabi ni Simon Tess, in line with this topic, sana po ma-discuss din po in the next episode yung live selling. Sige, hahanap tayo ng subject matter expert kasi ako mismo hindi ako subject matter expert dyan. Yan naman ang commitment namin sa inyo. No? We won't pretend here to discuss things that magmamarunong kami. No? So we will always commit to finding the right subject matter experts. Gaya ngayong episode na to. Sabi ni, hi, kay Jorilyn Killing, the second, magandang gabi po. Tapos, na-miss ka rin namin, Sai. No? Sabi niya, hello, Coach, na-miss. Na-miss ko po kayong lahat for the past 2 weeks, kami lahat dito sa community. Sabi nga, dumadami na yung mga volunteers and we still welcome volunteers who can help us, no? Do more for the community. Right now, we have someone doing our clips. No? He's a student volunteer, si Sean. Si Coach Donald, nag-join in na rin last kasi nga, minsan yung mga schedules ng mga volunteer co-host, no, at saka co-host, kailangan natin ng pool of coaches and host, no. Si Darren Sevilla Cornita, maraming salamat sa iyo. Si Eileen Samson, si Tian Salazar, si China Magsaysay, Marie Chris Bonifacio, parang pamilya. Marie Chris, kamusta ka na? No, si Leo Boy GB, at si Leo Benson po yan ng Leon, Authentic Mexican Kitchen sa Antipolo, sa McLean Fuel Antipolo. Si Erica David, si Eliza Besa, magandang gabi sa iyo. Si Janet Escat. At si PJ Veloso, congratulations sa mga outlets na binubuksan nyo. Ang dami yung mga binubuksang tindahan ngayon. Congrats po. At magandang gabi po sa lahat. At si Miss Chris ay narito. Pasalamatan natin siya. Thank you very much, Chris. At maaari ka nang magbigay ng iyong huling salita bago ko ipakita ang ating resto quote for the week.
As usual, yung 1 hour natin, it feels so short. Alam mo yung parang 1 hour na pala yun. Parang feeling ko 10 minutes pa lang tayo nag-uusap. But
Well, hitik na hitik. Oo, hitik na hitik.
yes, but as always, it's a pleasure being here with all our classmates. And again, sa may sinabi ni Coach, hindi kaming dalawa yung coach or hindi lang si Coach Romel ang coach. Lahat tayo is part of the Resto Coach community. So we're looking for volunteers. We're also looking for other insights, yung mga makukuha natin from everyone else. So maraming salamat for having me today. And don't forget to coach and share.
Ayan po, sa pagpapaalam ni Miss Chris ay ating pong i-flash naman ang isa sa mga paborito ko, no? Matagal ko ng paboritong quote, no? From Mark Twain, si Mark Twain. Sinabi niya that I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. Sabi diyan na, ako parang interpretasyon ko diyan, it's not just about your formal schooling, it's not about the seminars you attend, the workshops you participate in, but it's more of the real life education. And now, for a person of my age, I'm very excited about these new platforms because, back in the day, you have to struggle to get, it's very difficult to get information and to communicate information. And now it's at the palm of our hands, no? Literally. Nasa kamay na natin talaga yan. So, again, no, continue to get educated by, real life situations. Sabi nga natin kanina, information, experience, learn from your own experiences, learn from other people's experiences. And as we learn, let's continue to coach and share. So maraming salamat po. At kahit 2 linggo po kaming nawala, parang walang nangyari. Appreciate po namin na nandito kayong lahat. So again, maraming salamat. See you next Tuesday. God bless.